Saturday. Well, it's Saturday. Well, actually, as I record this, it's currently 11:15 on Friday night, and we're going to round up every single piece of news I can get my hands on, because you guessed it, there's nothing worth talking about. Asuka breaks silence regarding her status following the 2026 Backlash PLE. Who cares? I mean, I know that's out of date, but like, reality is, who gives a fuck? Right, so we've got a few wee news and rumours here. Subway delivers Just Eat. Get that? Fired straight into the bin, my friends. Anyway, first headline. Oh shit. Darby Allin says he is to change his in-ring, or he's not going to change, sorry, his in-ring wrestling style despite injury risks. What have I got to say about this, brother? Well, you know, the guy, regardless of what you think, he is wrestling every week, more than once a week for that belt. You want to see a fighting champion, right? But the way he wrestles, guys, the guy ain't going to last forever. You know, it's probably going to end in a bit of a disaster, if we're being brutally honest, for Darby Allin at some point. It feels like just a matter of time before things truly go tits up. Like, this guy falling off like 40-foot balconies, smashing through glass, smashing through tables. I mean, here, I hope nothing happens to the guy, and even though I don't particularly rate him, at least he's got like a unique style in 2026. Like, he brings something to the table. Like, if you were to build a company from scratch, I think Darby Allin is definitely a guy who could have a place on your roster just due to the fact that he's a mad bastard and he will do quite about anything in a hardcore match. And I think that's a lost art. 20, 25, 30 years ago, there was numerous people that would have done that. Absolutely numerous people that would have done that. But now, not a chance, brother. Not a chance. So anyway, moving on for Darby Allin. Moving over to Adam Copeland, baby. He comments on his contractual status with AEW ahead of Double or Nothing now. I mean, we may as well give that a wee click there for...
Rallies is doubling down on doubles. Dig into the cheesy, toasty new sourdough double melt.
And now, I mean, we may as well give that a wee click there for Edge on this day. Now, obviously, Edge is probably going to be retired, folks, after this summer period, which is quite sad. If we're being honest, quite sad. The Edge could be done. You know, you never want to see guys you grew up watching retire, but that's just where we're at. So Edge says, and I quote, "I broke my leg, so there's injury time at it. I had to go film Beekeeper 2 and Percy Jackson. So that's at it any time I have to take a break. That gets at it on the back end. I'm not even sure when it's up." Chuckles. I already had my send-off in 2011. This time it'll be my choice. That'll make a different... That makes a different experience entirely. I don't care if I get this big, tearful send-off. Fuck you. Look like a man possessed there. Does Edge... Doesn't he? Like, holy shit. The rated R superstar. But yeah. I mean, he did get that tearful send. I mean, I have to retire. I mean, that was... He growing up, man, that was shite when he had to do that. That was pish. Right, moving on back to, I mean, the ads on No DQ are just a fucking disaster. So, yes, I want to say a shout out to the late NASCAR driver Kyle Busch. Now, I do enjoy my motorsport. I love my Formula One. You know, I do watch the odd Indy 500. You know, and I'm obviously aware with NASCAR. And it's weird because Kyle Busch literally was racing last week. I believe he actually won last week, and then he's passed away at the age of 41. And believe it or not, guys, this is a guy that won the 24/7 title in 2019. He became the only NASCAR driver to ever win the title. So WWE extends its condolences to Kyle's family, friends, and fans. And see another thing, man, right, about this Kyle Busch, and like I say, I don't really know an awful lot about the guy, right? He guest hosted Raw in 2009, so here, he drove a WWE themed car to Victory Lane in 2010, so the guy's got a lot of wrestling prestige there. He's done quite a bit. I've looked on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, you name it. I have not seen a bad word be said about this guy. And considering this is 2026, man, see when someone dies in these modern times with social media, there's always like trolls, or there's always just some people out there that just can't let the dead rest. But see with this guy, man, I've not seen anything remotely. The guy must have been an absolute fucking gentleman, because to get that in this modern age is insane. So R.I.P. to Kyle Busch, massive in American motorsport, massive in motorsport in general, and then obviously had a part to play in WWE as some, as in a celebrity role. So yes, R.I.P. to Kyle Busch. Now, what Triple H said to Sol Ruka after WWE, fuck me, what is that perfume? Aftershave shite. What Triple H said to Sol Ruka after a WWE Raw debut segment that launched included a botched move. Now, I don't overly care about this. What he said was, to sum it up, was, "Oh, Sol, that was great. You're great, Sol." And it's like, I mean, obviously I don't watch it anymore, but I feel like in modern WWE, there can't be any constructive criticism or anything that would be considered they can't even confront their employees about stuff they do. It feels like all they do is praise. It's embarrassing, man. You know what it reminds you? It would remind you of kindergarten, nursery, shit like that, where kids aren't going to get shouted at. It's like you're trading a puppy or something. Just, plenty of praise when he does well. All that shit. This is WWE, where the big boys play, allegedly. I don't think we should be creaming our pants here at the prospect, because Sol Ruka botched, and then, it's okay. I'm not saying Triple H has to bury her, but this just seems to be a trend where we see a lot of matches, a lot of segments, right, are awful, ratings are awful, but yet WWE and other guys in the company come out with nothing but praise. It's insane. Seeing you see those off the record interviews they used to do back in the day, whether it be McMahon or someone else in the company, they didn't refrain from burying people or talking bad about people. They would have done it if it was necessary. Now, Tony Khan has commented on the possibilities of Mick Foley having a match in AEW. That's Tommy Dreamer's theme song. I don't know where I was going with that. Anyway, I mean, the funny thing is, Nick Khan and his daddy have donated money to the Trump organisation. So Mick Foley's gimmick of leaving WWE to go to a company that's allegedly it's not as pro-Trump. I mean, it might not necessarily be as pro-Trump, but I'm willing to bet, the Cans are billionaires. They've probably sent more money to fucking Trump than WWE could ever wish of doing. Anyway, and I quote, "I'm very excited that Mick Foley is joining AEW. I cannot wait to see Cactus Jack back on TBS. I'm very excited to have him at Double or Nothing this Sunday as part of the buy-in. We're just thrilled Mick's going to be co-hosting the event with Renee Paquette. They're good friends, and when I suggested this to Mick, he thought it was a great idea. He's really thrilled about it because we are big fans of Mick, and Mick loves pro wrestling, and AEW is where the best wrestle. So far, for a legendary professional wrestler and somebody who's so thoughtful about the sport and such a highly intelligent person who's one of the most accomplished wrestlers in the history of the sport, it's just an honour to have Mick Foley in AEW. Thankfully, he's a fan of AEW. He follows wrestling, and he's going to bring so much knowledge and insight to the wrestlers backstage and to the broadcast starting this Sunday." End of quote. Now, I don't really give a fuck about the next. I mean, he would love it. He would love him to do it in AEW. He can't speak for him. I mean, Foley did say he'd want to wrestle at 60, and guess what, guys? He's 60. So, I mean, it wouldn't be. It wouldn't be the craziest thing in the world to see this guy wrestle Mick Foley. I mean, honestly, man, I'd welcome it. I said in the video the other day, if I knew going into one of these shows that Mick Foley was wrestling, you're more inclined to watch it. If an AEW pay-per-view, right, was scheduled for this weekend, and I knew it was Mick Foley's last ever match, hardcore match, barbed wire against Darby Allin or whatever the fuck, I'm tuning in. I would care more. Anyway, leave your thoughts down below. That's all the news. R.I.P. to Kyle Busch. As shite. Life is shite. As 50 Cent once said, death gotta be easy, because life is hard. And until next time, peace.
Regardless Regardless if it's Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic the Gathering, or any other trading card game, let's see what ripping packs on Whatnot is all about. There are so many live streams on Whatnot 24/7 that you can join into and buy from. And the coolest part is, you never know what you're going to find in a given show. From the latest